Welcome back to the class. So in the last session I gave you the homework to do like pasting the picture of a bird, what type of food it eats and what are the different body part it uses to eat the food, and what type of food it eats, which body parts, and how does it get the food. So this was the homework for you. I hope you have done it. Now get ready with page number 37, lesson 4, what do animals eat. So put your textbook ready and pencil also ready. So mostly today we are going to finish off the lesson, and wherever activities are there you have to do it. So activity number 5, page number 37. How does a frog get its food? So how it will eat? Mostly it spends its time near the ponds, and wherever insects are there it's going to feed on the insects with the help of long sticky tongue. It's very interesting to watch a frog to get its food. A frog throws out its sticky tongue towards an insect. The insect gets stuck on the frog's tongue, then the frog swallows it. So it's very interesting to watch a frog. The frog will be at a certain distance, it will not go near to the insect, but it has a very long tongue where it can reach the insect. So whenever it identifies an insect, it's going to throw the tongue out of towards the insect, and the insect is going to stick towards the tongue, and then it pulls off the insect and directly swallow. It's not going to chew the food. Find out where a frog lives and how it feeds there. So mostly frogs are found near the ponds, and near the ponds only we can see most of the insects. Observe how a lizard catches its food. Write down your observations. So lizards are everywhere, even in your house. And during rainy season, mostly whenever we on the lights during night time, so many insects will come. So how does a lizard catches the insects? Write down in your own way. Find out the differences between a frog and a lizard way of taking the food, and how do these animals uses their tongue. Frog lives in a certain distance, little far away, and takes the insect. Lizard, it goes near to the insect and take. And if you see lizard, it walks very slowly without making any noise and all. So slowly it walks and then it's going to take. And if you see, lizard has a very short tongue, whereas frog has a long sticky tongue. Activity 6. How does a cow gets its food? We know that many animals like cow depends on plants for food. They are herbivores. So the animals which depend on plants we call them as herbivores. And in our surroundings, most of the animals they depend on the plants, and they are the herbivores. So animals like cow, goat, buffalo, sheep, giraffe, camel, elephant, deer, etc. they come under the herbivores, and they eat different parts of plant like green and dry grass, leaves, branches, stem, and some eat the roots also, like a rabbit they eat the carrot. Carrot is nothing but the root. So whichever part they eat, but they are dependent on the plants. Observe a cow or buffalo while it is eating its food and write down your observation. So this cow and buffalo, they are called as cud chewing animals. Why they are called as cud chewing animals? Because whenever they see a grass, the food which they eat, so they eat very fast without chewing it. They cut into tiny pieces and then they swallow it. Again, when they sit back and relax, they are going to bring back all the food which they have swallowed into the mouth, and backside they have the broad teeth, and with the help of the broad teeth they are going to bite it into tiny pieces and they are going to grind it into paste. Whereas human beings and other animals, we don't do it. First we don't swallow and again we don't bring back into our mouth, right? Only cows and buffaloes are going to do. So these animals are called as cud chewing animals. So they have different type of mouth parts. How does a cow takes its food? And note the parts of its body involved. So cows are everywhere. So what type of food it's taking and which body part it is using, that you have to note down. You can write it here in the textbook itself. And how does the cow start eating? How it will start eating? First it goes near the food, it bends its head, and with the help of mouth it's going to eat. Which part of cow's mouth, that is jaw, teeth, tongue, etc. are involved in eating the food? So all these parts are involved in the eating of food. So cow, it's going to use its jaw, it's going to use the teeth and the tongue. So first the tongue is going to come out to pick up the food and then they are going to eat. So do cows have teeth? Do they have teeth on both the jaws? Ask someone who tames a cow to find this answer. So ask the person who has the domestic animal as cow and ask them whether they have the teeth and towards which jaw they have the teeth. Towards the lower jaw or to the upper jaw or to both the sides they have the teeth. That you have to ask and find. So you may have observed cows and buffaloes sitting under the trees and moving their jaws. Do you know why they do that? So after eating the grass, they sit under a tree or under the shed and they start moving their jaw as if they are eating something. So why do they move that jaw? Just now I told you, because of that only they are called as the cut chewing animals. Do you know animals like cows, buffaloes, camels, etc. chew food very quickly and swallow and store it in the part of their stomach. After some time, they take food material back from the stomach to the mouth and chew it again, and this process is called as rumination. It's called as rumination. So the process of eating the food, swallowing and bringing back again into mouth and chewing is called as rumination. And that type of animals we call them as cut chewing animals. That type of animals we call them as cut chewing animals, and the process is called as rumination. And next one, how much and how little? So how much of food the animals are going to eat? So if you see some animals like ant, they eat very little food, and if you see elephant and remaining animals, they eat very large. And in human beings also. So just born babies, they eat very little food. As they are growing from 3 to like 16 years or more than that, they eat large quantity of food because it helps them in growing. But once the person is grown and if he is an adult, they start eating very little food because it gives only energy but there is no purpose of growing. So after 18 years, the person stops to grow. They will not grow at all. So in that case, they eat only very little quantity of food. So here also, animals, they eat very little food and few eat so much of food. So let's see. Generally, elephants eat leaves, branches, plants, fruits, etc., which are available in the forest. Think how much of food does an elephant need to eat per day. So based on the size of an elephant eats lots of food. The larva of a crane fly eats a lot, but after changing into an adult, a crane fly doesn't need to eat a lot. So as the larva is the starting stage of the life cycle, it needs to grow more. So it eats more on the food. It feeds more on the food. But once as it grows to an adult, it's not required to eat much. Activity 7. How a dog gets its food. Observe a dog in your surroundings and how does it get its food. You have to write it. So observations in the space, you have to write it here. So this is your homework. Okay. So how a dog will get its food. It moves in the surroundings. It's going to sniff. That is nothing but smelling. And it's going to identify the food and then it uses its tongue and mouth to eat. So what does it do to find the food? And which body parts are involved in taking the food? That is the mouth and tongue. And how does a dog eat meat? How it will eat meat? How does a dog drink water? So this also you have to write it. Here only you can write it in the space provided. Dogs eat food by using their sharp teeth and tongue. Wild animals like lion, fox, wolf, tiger, and other also have sharp teeth. Can you say how they get their food? So here, dog they have very sharp pointed teeth and they use even their tongue also. And here you can see a tiger and a cheetah and all, and a wolf and other animals. They live in jungle. They hunt other animals and they are going to eat. Even these animals also they have sharp pointed teeth. Animals that hunt have sharp, strong legs to run and sharp claws to catch and sharp teeth to tear the flesh. So animals which live in the forest areas they have very strong legs to run after the prey, and they also have very sharp claws to catch the animal, and they have to tear the flesh and eat. So they have very sharp teeth also to eat the flesh. Rabbits and squirrels also have teeth. They eat seeds, tubers, leaves, etc. by using their teeth. So mostly rabbits feed on carrots and sugar cane and other nuts and all. So they also have very sharp teeth to bite the nuts. Do you know how cats and dogs use their teeth? So how cats and dogs are using, how they will use the teeth to tear the flesh. We can see sharp teeth in cat or a dog's mouth. They tear flesh of animals by using these sharp teeth. So did you see how a cat hunts a rat? So slowly it moves, and wherever there is rat, the cat is going to hunt it and eat it. So what do you feel about its concentration and actions while hunting? So in normal in the lanes also you can see cats. They hunt the rats. They walk slowly, and whenever the rat is not observing the cat at that particular time, the cat moves very fast to hunt the rat. So activity 8 is using the tongue. Compare how a frog, cow and dog uses their tongue. So here you have to write, already we have discussed how a frog will use its tongue, how a cow will use its tongue, and how a dog will use its tongue. Getting food without hunting. So is it possible to get food without hunting or without moving at all? Let's see. Some animals get their food by hunting and some they do not hunt at all. While write about the way in which at least two animals that do not hunt to get their food. So it's very interesting to watch a duck catching its food. Ducks also have teeth, but they do not like to like the teeth of a cow and a lion. So they are not useful in grinding the food, but they act as filters to get the food from the water. So ducks and swans they live in the water. So whenever they are moving in the water, they dip the beak into the water. So they have a very broad beak, and whenever they dip the beak into the water, they are going to hold the water in the beak, and the teeth is useful to filter the water, and they have the hole also on the beak. So the beak will be like this, and they have holes on the either side. So and they have teeth also inside. So as they put the water in the beak, the teeth is going to help to filter, and if any fishes or insects are there, that they are going to swallow, and the extra water is sent out through the holes which are present here. And they are not only meant for that, and they are also going to breathe with that holes only. So in the picture also you can see the black colored part. Similarly, fishes too have teeth which are used for the same purpose of that of ducks. So some fishes they have teeth like shark and all. So they use to eat the other fishes. How leeches get their food? How leeches are going to get their food? Let us see. So when we walk on the banks of ponds or canals etc., we can see different kinds of animals. We can see even leeches, snails and earthworms. People in rural areas are familiar of leeches, but we do not see here. So but we are fond of snails and earthworms. While rearing cattle near water, each they find leeches on the skin of animals. Leeches stick on the skin and they suck the blood of cattle as well as even humans also. So people who are mostly in the forest areas or in the villages, so there will be so much of plants and all, and people who are go for cattle feeding also. So these leeches, they stick to the skin of the cattle as well as the human beings, and they suck the blood. They have special structures called as suckers in their mouth to do this. So they have a tube-like structure which is present inside the mouth, and with the help of this sucker they are going to suck the blood from the animal. Modes of getting food. Observe the following animals in your surroundings and find out how do they get their food. Observe them every day for at least a week. Write whatever you observe in your notebook and display it on a wall magazine. Lizard on the wall, spider in a web, hen in the garden, and butterfly on a flower. So these 4 animals you have to observe for 1 week, and you have to write how do they get their food. And do you know some animals search for their food only at night, like owls? Yes, cockroaches, desert lizards, rat, owls, bats, moths, crickets, etc. They get their food only at night. During daytime, they hide in the dark places, and these type of animals are called as nocturnals. The animals which find food only during the night time are called as nocturnals. They are called as nocturnals. Food chain. So you know very well about the food chain. There is a great balance in nature established among different plants and animals regarding their food habits. So what will happen if all the animals eat only plants? Later, after some time, there will be no plants to eat, and slowly the animals will start dying because of hunger. So to maintain a balance in nature, animals follow different food habits. So you can see here in the picture 5. So fishes are going to eat small insects, and that fish, the frog is going to feed again on the small insects, and here a crane is there. The crane is going to feed on the frog, and even fishes also. So one animal is dependent on the other animal. In a pond, we can see that eggs and larvae are eaten away by fishes and frogs, and even small insects also. Fishes and frogs are food for the crane. So think who can eat the crane. So who can eat the crane? You have to think. So this is about the food chain. Look at figure 5 and write down your observations. So what you have observed here. So eggs are eaten by fish. Fish is eaten by crane. And again, what is eaten by the crane? So which animal is going to eat the crane? You have to write. Now try to draw a food chain that starts from grains and ends with a cat. So you have to draw a food chain which starts with grain and ends with a cat. So grains, they are eaten by hen, and hen is eaten by cat. So this is the food chain which I can write. So cat, it eats hen, and hen, it eats the grains. Food chain cannot always be represented by a straight line. So they can be branched into several food chains. So here grains, only hen doesn't eat the grains. There are several other animals which can eat the grains, like different birds can eat the grains. And again this cat is eaten by dog, and like tiger. So it's not a straight chain where only one animal eats only a particular type of food. So there will be different branches. For example, you can see here grain. Grain is divided into 2. I have divided it into 2, like hens and different birds. And even human beings also eat grains. Yes. So it is branched, but it's not in a straight line that only one animal eats the another one. So here you can see different animals are there, like rat, cat, lion, grass, deer, fox, hen, tiger, dog, wolf, man, worms. So you have to match who are they going to eat with the help of arrows. Now hen is there. Hen, it will eat worms. And lion eats deer, and deer eats grass. Then tiger also eats deer. Fox also eats deer. Then dog, it eats rats as well as cats. Then wolf also eats deer. Then man eats hens. Yes. So in this way you have to match it with another whom they are going to eat with the help of the arrow marks. Food chain form a web where one animal depends upon more than one source or type of food. Think in which category do you belong. So even we also do not depend only on one type of food. We eat the food which is obtained from plants and the food which is obtained from the animals. We use pesticides and insecticides to protect crops, but every year a large number of frogs die by eating poisoned insects. So what will happen to the food chain if a frog dies? So we grow large number of plants together, and that is called as crop. But the crop is infected by the pest. So to kill the pest, we are going to spray the insecticides and pesticides. These insects are going to feed on the insecticides and they are going to die. So how the frogs are going to survive if they eat the infected insects? That we are going to see in the next session. Again I am going to explain you, and your homework is to read the lesson and complete page number 38, 39 and 40. So we'll meet in the next session. Thank you.